And welcome back to the 10-7 show with Tara, Tyra, Goose, and myself. And as you can see, it looks like Tara and Goose are out camping. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I think
we're sticking with that too.
They're out in the Blair Witch because they like the thrill.
Especially me. He'd be scared.
But welcome back, y'all. Welcome back to the 10-7 show. Thank you for joining us once again. You already know how I like to start off every show. I just want to say, how y'all been?
Man, I've been good.
Yeah. Okay. So we're good. This was a good week. I almost had food poisoning a few minutes ago, but I think I'm okay.
Damn, a few minutes ago?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I bought cheese because we had cheeseburgers for dinner.
We were going to have cheeseburgers.
We were going to have cheeseburgers for dinner. Made my burger up and took like 2 or 3 bites of it. And Eli was like, "Mom, when did you buy this cheese?" And I'm like, "Today." And he's like, "It's molded." And I was like, "I've already eaten some." Oh God. So I'm happy to be alive right now. I'm hoping I don't have botulism.
I don't do well with that.
Right.
He has the weakest stomach. Okay?
No, you've never seen me throw up.
No, but everything. Like if something is left in the sink, you know how you leave cereal in the bowl and it get all like the cereal get mushy. He be
that's nasty.
Listen.
If you pour out the cereal and the whole consistency of the Cheerio just start to stretch.
Oh, I'm like seriously considering. My stomach is so weak anymore, y'all. Like I'm seriously considering like just straight going vegan, like straight just vegetables, no pasta, no rice, no nothing, just vegetables.
That ain't gonna matter to me because vegetables go bad too, and I'll see that and just
anything.
Got
a little fur on it. I'm going.
Please don't let it have fur on it.
Oh wow!
I'm like,
I remember one time I forgot where I was. But they poured out. They had some old milk in the back of the refrigerator, right? And they poured it out in the sink, and like a lump came out.
It was lumpy. He was like, "I can't. I'm weak. My knees are weak."
Milk ain't supposed to have a lump. What was that?
That's bad.
That's bad. That is bad.
That's bad.
So yeah.
So I mean, same way.
It's been close to an hour, so I think I might be okay.
Maybe I don't know though. Something may jump on you in the middle of the night.
Please don't say that.
No, you're gonna be good.
How you been?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
He definitely looked at you and said how you meant.
Listen. It's been a long day. I'm okay. Thanks for asking.
All right. Well, what are we doing?
We're getting into our favorite portion of the show.
It's time for us. I'm looking for all this stuff over here. It's time for us to get to y'all know what I'm trying to say. It's time for everybody's favorite part of the show. And y'all know what part of the show that is. It's the show that looks a little something like this. Yes, it is the Would You Rather portion of the show, brought to you by Therapeutic Billing. Tara, tell the people about Therapeutic Billing because you might know a little bit about it.
I know a little bit about it, yes. So Therapeutic Billing is a medical credentialing and medical billing company. The services that we offer, like I said, medical billing, insurance billing, and credentialing. We also offer bookkeeping services and virtual assistants. So if you want to look us up, the address is www.therapeuticbilling.com. The telephone number is 610-228-2029, and we service providers all across the United States. And service sounds weird, but we can help you with your credentialing and your billing needs, not servicing you in any other kind of way.
I wasn't even thinking about it till you said something.
All right, guys, so we're going to get right on into it. Our 2 Would You Rathers for the day.
Would you rather?
And this one, you know what, babe? This one might make you, this.
You're gonna cringe?
This is totally not on purpose, so we'll see.
His mouth started watering as soon as you said it.
Yeah, you did. I'm like, I'm starting.
His face was like,
I'm like this right now.
You're gonna be all right. All right, here we go.
Starting to feel all hot.
He getting sweats. He on Earl.
It's the light, babe. It's the light.
You get the Earl sweats.
Stop. Go ahead, Tyra.
The Earl Sweats.
I've been there.
Don't take our turn.
We all been there.
If you're watching this on YouTube, don't steal our turn. We said it first. The Earl Sweats. Right here on the 10-7 show.
That's right.
Woo! And that joint drip off your thumb like that. You don't do it. You do one of these with the thumb.
Stupid. Shut up.
I told him he in the wrong profession, yo. He need to be a
comedian. He totally is. He
is in the wrong profession,
he
yo.
Needs to be on somebody's stage. For real.
Yes, somebody please come get J. Chris. All right, so here we go. Would you rather drink milk straight from a cow or eat a live spider?
That's bestiality.
First of all, I'm not sucking on no cow.
Me and the cow hanging out all daggone day. I'm suckling on that teat. I'm suckling on the cow's teat. I'm telling you right now.
I thought that was gonna make you fine.
I'm not.
No, you put if I would have put a spider in my mouth. And
what kind of spider?
It don't matter. It's an arachnid.
The leg wrap around my lip like one of these here.
Is it live?
It don't matter.
It didn't say. You either drink milk
I roast that joint. They do it naked and afraid all the time. Roast that joint.
No, it's a live spider.
Oh well, no.
Yeah,
she said live spider.
Yeah, live spider.
Oh no,
no way.
No.
No.
Unfortunately, I don't like cow milk, but I'm gonna go with the cow. I can't.
That spider's leg wiggle or something. I'm a yak.
I'm going with the cow, even though I don't drink cow's milk, but
that's raw
cow milk drinker that day.
And you guys know that
it's not pasteurized.
You know when cow milk comes out, it's not thin. It's thick. It's almost like yogurt.
I do not care one bit. There will not be an alive spider anywhere near the beginning of my digestive system. Or the end, for that matter.
That's exactly right.
That's
exactly right.
I don't know, man. I don't want to suck on no cow tit. He's pulling the cup for me.
I'll lay on my back up underneath that. I don't give a damn. The spider is not. I'm not even touching the spider. I'm not even touching.
Justin, no. I'm with you 100%.
I need to know what kind of spider it is.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. No. It does matter.
Tiny bit. It does matter. It's a bug. No.
It does matter.
We got another question.
It don't matter to me. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
It matters to me.
No, I can't.
Better be a Spider-Man cake.
Y'all got me over here in tears. Okay, we have another question.
Because if it's one of them,
wait, hold on. What spiders would you eat and would you not? Like,
oh my gosh, we have another question.
But listen, over sucking on a cow tit.
Listen, no, but I'm just kind of interested because you're like,
there are definitely spiders I would eat over sucking a cow tit.
Like a daddy long leg? Were you?
That's not a spider.
I'm talking about when I say spider, I'm talking about the little joints you find in your crib. I eat
like a little baby house spider.
Yeah, like I eat that.
Listen. I was out on a baseball field today, and I see some big old donkey spiders today. So that's what's on my mind.
But now you talk about a tarantula. I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah, no.
If it got hair on it, I ain't eating it either.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Too much. Okay.
You think a cow tit don't got hair on it?
Oh my god, and it's probably smelly. And it's smelly under there because they just go.
If the spider moves while I try to bite that bad boy.
Listen,
what if it clips my lip? Like, no. And, what if that joint like spin his web and shut my teeth down?
He's not gonna do.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
all right, move on.
Spent like the whole 5 minutes.
What if you spun the web and like hung on to my tongue and was like crawling back up my throat?
Oh my god.
Suppose you could sling webs after though.
Yo, that would be dope. Now I'd do it then.
Oh my gosh, for real.
I'd do it quick fast. If somebody was like, yo, you gonna
read the next question, Tyra.
Yes.
Be there.
Oh gosh. Here's the next question. Would you
10 minutes in?
Would you rather have 4 arms or a third eyeball?
The fuck?
4 arms. 4 arms.
I got a headache.
4
The only reason I would want a third eyeball is so I could say something like my third eye seen it coming, and like it would make sense. Give me the forearm.
I mean, the 2 eyeballs that I have don't work properly. So what's the point of having a third?
But see, if I had a third eyeball, I wear my hats, and you don't never know. I'm just another dude.
Until you take
unless your eyeball's like right there, and this is like 1, 2, 3, like that.
4 arms, you be like the boy on
the Woman in Total
The Adventures of Sinbad.
Oh yeah.
No, not Sinbad. That's Mortal Kombat, right?
I don't know.
With the guy
from Mortal Kombat.
Goro.
I'm going with 4 arms because I mean, like, I already can carry a lot of stuff with just my 2 arms. If I had 4 arms, you imagine how much stuff I could get done?
Right, is this third eye gonna give me any special powers or something? If it's just gonna be on my forehead or in my nose?
I don't know. The 2 eyes that I already have got glaucoma and cataracts in them. I don't need a third one.
I just hope I can sleep comfortably with 4 arms.
Did you hear Tara giving her logic though?
What?
She was like, my 2 arms already work pretty well if I had 4 arms.
That's the truth though. See,
that's true, but it was just funny the way she said it. The delivery was funny.
We're probably thinking in mom brain, like, what could we do with 4 arms?
Oh my God!
I'm thinking in dad brain.
Yeah,
but this is not. But see,
in man brain. What could I do with 4 arms?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, but not only that, if you got 4 arms, the same excuse she said that she could do with 4 arms, it's going to be even double for me.
Why?
You got 4 arms. You could get more than that.
That's right, and you got a longer wingspan, so you can definitely.
You be like, you got 4 arms. Use one to hold my pocketbook. You do that, stuff like that.
We won't discuss it.
See?
She said we won't discuss it.
Mm-hmm. We will not discuss it.
Right? I'm like, you can carry all these laundry baskets upstairs at one time.
Mm-hmm. Like, you got 4 arms. You know how fast you can fold clothes with 4 arms? See, you can do everything with 4 arms.
Right.
True. You're right. You're right.
Give me a third eye.
All right, so he takes a third eye. I still want the 4 arms.
Forget that. Give me a third eye.
I do.
I only got 2 arms and you got 4.
Give me 4. Give me the 4 arms. I'll take the 4 arms.
You want to take the 4 arms? Absolutely. Yay! Oh, it's going down.
Oh yeah, you're
See, look, she already planning, dog.
She's plotting, planning.
See,
plotting and planning.
All right, where we at? Are we only 12 in? Okay.
But see, with the third eye, all you gonna get is jokes every now and then. With that say, I don't know. What good is you got 3 eyes and you still can't see? That's all.
And you still can't see.
You can't see nothing.
You just gotta live with that every now and then.
You're just blind as a bat.
Oh my God, y'all are sick.
That's it.
That's it for the Would You Rathers.
That's it for the Would You Rathers.
All right, that was the Would You
That
Rather
would be it.
Show brought to you by Therapeutic Billing.
Yep.
Now, what's next?
Next is our Dear 10-7s.
Yeah, why did I forget that? Like I was trying to play it off. I literally.
I don't know because we do it every week. So
I know that's the thing. Like I legit completely forgot what we do next. So I was really trying to play it off. But I told
Come on, man.
I will say
that's what happens when you miss production meetings.
She actually right about that. Yeah, right about that.
So since the second one is kind of long, guys, you want me to take that one?
I'll take the first one.
Okay.
How many are there? Do I need to get
Justin, you'll take the third one because Tyra did the Would You Rathers.
Yeah, so you take the last one. Here, I got my phone out.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, well, Goose is going to do the first one. So
y'all ready? All right.
Yep.
Dear 10-7, I'm a 30-year-old and my fiance and I have a baby. We are looking to purchase a house and go half and half with everything. My issue is he has a 19-year-old daughter who just came back into his life after being MIA for almost 6 years. She is now living with us and will live in our house that we plan to buy. I would like my daughter to have full possession of the house if something were to happen to us. He demands that both his daughter get 50-50. I am not happy with that. I am coming up with most of the closing costs. Is there anything I could do? I really want to build a future with him, but I'm nervous my daughter will get left out. especially when I am coming up with most of the money. Any advice would be greatly appreciated.
So here's the thing. I don't know what state you live in, but anything that you acquire, I know at least in Pennsylvania, as a married couple, you have to split evenly. So if that's your concern and you're coming up with the majority of the money, the down payment and blah, 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 then do it before you're married, because that way, if it's y'all were to, it's all yours. It was already yours before you got married.
If you're able to financially do that.
Right. So that's the first thing. The second thing, how macabre is it that you're already planning your deaths? Like, that's 2. And then 3, like, that is his kid just as much as the baby that he has with you. So why shouldn't he be able to, if he can, provide for both of his children? I think that's kind of selfish on your part.
Yeah, I mean, because if you worry about your daughter getting left out because his daughter is older, if something would have happened to you, you just have go see an attorney. They could draw up papers and take care of all of that.
And these children are 20 years apart. So I'm thinking the 19-year-old should kind of have her stuff together before your child even maybe gets to kindergarten.
She was MIA for 6 years. She might not never get her stuff together.
Well, she might. We don't know the full details, but she might have been MIA because the mom kept her away, because that does happen. So we don't know the full details of that.
Well, couldn't is it she, he? Who wrote the letter? It's a she, right?
Yeah. It's a she. It's yeah.
Could she, and if anyone is a lawyer, please let me know. Couldn't she just put it in her will? What she would want to happen? Oh, I guess, but if they get it after they're married, that wouldn't even matter then. If they get it after,
right? If it's acquired after they're married, then it has to be divided equally.
You see, that's why I said
at least in the state of Pennsylvania.
That's why I said consult a lawyer.
Talk to a lawyer.
Because the lawyer will tell you exactly
right
what the law is for where you live.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
So
that's definitely
the best advice I can get.
Legal issue.
Yeah.
And y'all really need to hash that out, because if y'all can't compromise on this and y'all plan to get married, it's a lot more compromising that has to be had. So this is a huge compromise, but if y'all can't figure this out, some of the small things may eat away.
And I'm gonna say, if you plan on getting married, when are you gonna stop thinking mine and start thinking ours?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like I said, babe, ours.
That's all I'm saying. If you putting up a majority of the money for the house,
right?
You only say our.
Sound like he's gonna be a tenant.
That's what it sounds like.
Right.
Sound like he gonna be a tenant. Yep.
What were you gonna say, Justin?
No, Tyra said that that's why she always says ours. She's not ours. That's why she said our book in the conversation we were having before the show.
Mm-hmm.
But then I said to her, she only says ours.
Well, at least she doesn't say mines, which
with the S on it
is not a word unless you're going into a coal mine.
I do say we do say that a lot, actually. Mine, not mines, but yours, or I'll say, like earlier she was talking about a screwdriver that I could have sworn was hers, but it's ours, it's in the house, but like I thought that was something she had for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas apparently it was something
thought it predated you.
Exactly. There you go. It was before me.
You know what? It may be mine. I think my dad may have gave.
No, it's too late now. You messed that up. It's mine.
He done adopted it. He done adopted it. He got the papers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got it. But we do say we said that with like our sound bars. We said it with like a few.
We did, because we had double everything. Like he had his whole own life. I had my whole own life. We had to bring everything together.
That's true. Yep. All right, you ready for the next one?
Yep. Let's do the next one.
All right, dear 10-7. 8 years ago, my wife and I decided to open our marriage. I thought it was a joint decision at the time, but in retrospect, it seems likely it was prompted by her established insecurity around my more adventurous sexual history. We've had a few ups and downs. We've even paused on the open element a few times, but it's mostly worked for us. The problem is that I am now a middle-aged man with a job that sucks up a lot of my time, and I'm not exactly fighting off new partners. My wife, meanwhile, is 5 years younger than me, artistic, and extroverted. She could go out with a different person every night if she wanted to. This disparity has led her to suggest we either put the closed for business sign on our marriage, or that we make a joint effort to make more connections. The thing is, I don't want to do any of that, but I also don't want to let her down. 2020 was hard on both of us, and I know she struggled with isolation, but I don't want her to restrict her social sexual engagement because of me. Meanwhile, I've struggled with a lack of isolation recently, plus the death of one of my girlfriends of cancer last year, which makes me feel sad and exhausted and sort of fearful about the idea of getting so close to anyone. I have not socially sanctioned connection to, and I really don't want to deal with enforced flirtation at a spouse-created, what is this word? Munch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know what that means, so I'm going to Google it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I just want to know how to save this how to have this conversation without undue pressure on either of us. If she thinks we need to focus on us for a while for the sake of our partnership, that's great. However, on my own behalf, I'm quite happy with where we are. It is enough to have the community and the slightly charged engagement with friends old and new to remind me that I was occasionally quite wild. I'm not sure what advice he's looking for.
You took it.
I'm like,
so unpacking this.
That's why I said I would read it. It was really long.
I'm like, huh?
So they had an open marriage.
Yeah, they had an open marriage, and then it was like
they closed it for a little while. He's an introvert. She's an extrovert. He's saying she could probably have a different partner every night, which would probably lead to an STD. And then he had a girlfriend who died of cancer, so he's trying to get over that. There's a lot to unpack here.
Like a girlfriend?
I don't know
like
what
a
he
business
want,
girlfriend
though.
or a friend?
Well, they had an open relationship.
They definitely had an open relationship. So I guess what he's asking us is, should they work on just them and stop the open part of their relationship, or to keep her happy, keep it going?
But he said he didn't want her to restrict her social and sexual.
I think he's just getting older. And
he's
probably getting older. He's probably tired. He's probably like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's too much work.
Yeah.
But he wants her, and he wants her to be
He's
happy.
tired of chasing, and nobody's coming after him.
Right.
Maybe I'm the only one that's looking at it like this, but she suggested the open relationship. He says because of her, she was not comfortable with his past.
Insecure
because her insecurity. Now,
so he used to be wild.
So they opened it, closed it, and then they got to a point where she doesn't want to close it. Like she doesn't want to.
He doesn't want her to close it if she doesn't want to. He wants her to still be able to explore.
He wants to close it, but she said we're either going to put a close for business sign on our marriage. And that's what question. Well, what does that mean? Does that mean the open relationship is over or the marriage is over?
No more open relationship in the marriage.
Okay. I got. Okay.
Oh yeah, because I was taking to mean the marriage was over.
No, I don't think the marriage is over. I think they're just going to stop sleeping with other people.
They want to have a regular relationship. They just want to have a socially normal marriage.
What I was thinking was
they don't screw each other.
What I was thinking was more on this side of she wanted the open relationship. What he thought was because of her insecurities, but maybe she just wanted the open relationship. If she's the extrovert, she can go out there and have if she wanted the open relationship still, but he didn't, like then the original reasoning for having the open relationship brought on by her was not what he thought it was.
Yeah,
it might have been because
he said he getting older. He can't keep up with that mess no more. She's younger than him.
She's only 5 years.
Only 5 years.
Yeah,
it's only 5 years.
So we saying all this to say that we still really don't know what you asking. So.
Yeah. What do you want to do? Right. I don't know what to tell you.
Close the open relationship.
Close it and work for y'all.
That's what I was gonna say. I would say if you're not comfortable doing anymore, you too tired to be chasing tail and don't nobody want you, then say that to her and we need to just stop this and it's just gonna be me and you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like, what do you think about
don't tell her that don't nobody want you though. Don't tell her that.
No. Don't nobody want him is what he's saying. Because in the letter,
but I'm saying don't tell her that.
She could have somebody different every night, but for him, it's like crickets.
No, Justin's saying don't tell her that because then she'd be like, "Where you gonna go?"
Right. Man. Right. She holds all the marbles then.
Mm-hmm.
Don't nobody want. Yeah, exactly.
Don't nobody want you but me.
Right.
You mean your competitiveness. That may not be true.
How is that competitive? That's just protecting yourself.
Yeah. Protect your neck.
Exactly. Is it my turn? Are we going to the next one?
Your turn. Yep. Let's move on to the next one.
Excuse me. All right, here we go.
Ready to sneeze.
No, dear 10-7. Excuse me, dear 10-7. I recently broke up with my boyfriend in a sort of ultimatum fashion, and now I'm having doubts. When we met, he was a mess. A month into his marriage, he decided he didn't actually want to be married. We started dating, and he told me she would agree to get a divorce.
That's 30 days.
Keep going in this.
A month is 30, right.
Do I really? All right, here we go. So fast forward a few months later, she shows up to our job demanding he come back home. She didn't know we were dating, and coworkers, I guess, didn't know either. So I sort of felt ashamed. We talked about it later on, and he apologized for putting me in that situation and swore he wanted nothing more than for it to be over. But she went back to their original deal. But she went back to their original deal and was refusing to get a divorce. A few more months go by, and she's finally A few more months go by, and she's finally in an agreement on the divorce, but he's on his way to boot camp, and you can't be in the middle of divorce proceedings, so he doesn't actually get the ball rolling until he's back, or at least that's what he told me.
I don't know about that.
This one just got a little bit better.
Did he even go to boot camp?
Exactly.
Hold on. Now it's been almost 3 years since they've tied the knot and no divorce in sight. Whenever I would bring it up, it was like a sore spot and fights would ensue. Recently, I checked the court's website to see if they had at least filed. Negative. Is she military too? Anyway, when I brought this up, what should have been a calm conversation turned into me breaking up with him right on the spot because I felt like he was never going to get a divorce. Probably right.
You think?
I told him he could come find me once he filed the paperwork, but I genuinely love him and I don't know what to do. You already did it. Did I cross the line by saying it's all or nothing, or was I finally sticking up for myself by setting the boundary? You were sticking up for yourself.
You have been dating a married man for 3 years. That's not smart. He's not going to leave her.
So, if 3 years isn't long enough, would 5 years be long enough?
Right,
would 10 years be long enough?
How long are you willing to put your life on hold?
For somebody who's clearly not
another man, in the hopes that a man is going to divorce his wife. Most men do not leave their wives.
Yeah, I'm going to do something here, and I'm just kind of doing this off the fly, so I hope it doesn't mess the show up. But I got to do this. I'm sorry, y'all can keep on talking while I set this up, but this girl crazy.
Yeah, no, like legitimately, most men do not leave their wives, and now that it's been 3 years,
and then he gets upset with you when you bring up the divorce,
right?
Yeah,
because it's not going to happen.
Oh my God.
Exactly. That's exactly right. You have wasted your time, young lady.
A whole lot of your time.
It is time for you to move on. That man is not going to leave his wife. And even if he did leave his wife and decide to be with you, how long into your marriage is he going to decide he wants to be with somebody else? If 30 days into his first marriage, he was already with you.
2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you one thing.
Do you even know what branch of the military he was in?
He's not in the military.
But this one thing that I believe is that cats that intend on leaving their wife, leave them before they meet you.
Right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
All that started the process.
Right. All that process has been started.
We'll sleep in the same room. We won't even talk to each other. Save it. Save it.
Lies and apple pies.
Yep. That's exactly right. So you should move on.
Yeah.
You should definitely move on.
Definitely.
Yeah, move on, honey.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into the next thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So this is something that I found pretty interesting. Y'all know Reddit. Everybody knows Reddit. Right. So Reddit backs bride billing family who turned engagement party into gender reveal. Did you hear about this story?
I've read it. Yeah, I heard about this and I read it.
Justin?
It doesn't sound foreign to me. I think I don't remember the whole story, but I do remember at least that part.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, a woman, the poster's name is Mark Cart 9522. And she was asking, was she wrong for sending her stepbrother a bill to pay for half of her engagement party expenses after he and his wife announced the sex of their baby at her engagement party?
Yeah, that was foul.
That was pretty foul. Pretty foul. Yeah. I mean, it got like 17.
That was messed up, but that was slick too.
They snuck and got a whole gender reveal party out the deal.
They said they figured, hey, everybody we wanted to be here is here. We might as well go ahead and say.
Might as well just tell everybody.
Cool. I mean, well, like, her whole moment. Then she.
But how was it? But how was it revealed? How was it? Was it? Did they make it like a whole big deal, or was it just like reveal? Like, yeah, we're gonna have.
Okay, here we go. Ethan, that's the stepbrother, and the sister-in-law showed up unexpectedly.
Ooh.
And they congratulated us when Ethan finished his drink later and announced the gender of the baby he and his wife were expecting, proudly saying, so I guess he's making a toast, proudly saying, we just found out it's a boy, to everybody. That's what the post read. So the party shifted and guests started playing a baby name game and offered suggestions, while the bride-to-be and her fiance, whom she calls Morgan in the post, were largely ignored for the rest of the evening.
Wow.
That's tough. Wow.
She tried it. It's not tough for me. I agree with them. No, she's not wrong.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Y'all should have kicked them out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, y'all not wrong, but that's like
they wasn't invited anyway.
No, they weren't. They showed up unexpectedly.
It's kind of like what's the standard on it? Like what's the
protocol?
The standard is you let the bride have their day.
But is it their fault that the party shifted to them?
Yes, it is.
Had they not announced the sex of the baby, nobody would be thinking about them.
Yeah, but it's not. So, I mean, did they bring the baby games? Like, did they?
But no, it's their fault because they didn't.
They should have probably deflected it, but
it's their fault because they didn't shut it down.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They should have.
Once they saw the song was getting hyped, they should have went. If it was a DJ, got the mic and was like, "Yo, we appreciate everybody's well wishes, but the day's not about us. Thank you."
Exactly.
I want to shout out my sister.
They should have did that.
You know what I'm saying? And you switch it back up. But if they didn't do that and they just roll with it, they are absolutely responsible.
And wasn't invited, and was eating food, and was having drinks.
I was about to say, I wonder what the relationship.
They were not invited, and then the stepmother told the bride to be to knock it off, and that they could have a second engagement dinner.
Oh no!
Oh, is she gonna pay for it?
See, okay.
Hey.
That means she got to marry into that. She got to marry into that.
She's in trouble.
They need to pause that wedding need to be paused.
Wait a minute, the stepmother. So no, she's not marrying into that family. That is family.
Right. It's
already family.
It's the stepmother, right? So the woman is married to the bride to be's father.
Is only looking
so that's her stepmother.
So, but you could tell the fact that he wasn't invited. There's
right.
Exactly.
And I guarantee the stepmother was the one that told him to come.
Exactly. Told him to reveal their gender, their baby gender.
Totally. Yep. Because if they weren't invited, like how did they find out the particulars? Like you don't talk to him. Exactly. The stepmom told. So come on.
So
like
the mother set that all up.
Yep. Totally. Absolutely.
You know who I feel
Roxanne is having a party.
The dad.
Come say it again.
I said, you know who I feel sorry for?
The bride's
dad.
Yeah.
That's who I feel sorry for.
Oh yeah.
Because that was the argument in the car on the way home.
Exactly.
Like that's real corny.
That's I feel sorry for you, bro.
Yep, that's real corny. So
yeah,
I wish y'all well, but I agree. I would send a bill too.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah. Yep.
But you know what? They should have shut it down too. She holds some responsibility because, just like I said, that the boy should have got the mic. The bride or the groom could have did the same thing and shut it all down, and whoever don't like it can get the hell out. Because I'm buying dinner tonight.
Believe your gift.
Yeah.
No, you can take that. You can take that.
Yeah,
and guess what?
I agree with both those.
You walk out this, John.
Don't come to the wedding.
You ain't your RSVP is null and void. How about that?
Yeah.
Save me some money.
Yep. I agree.
I wonder if the stepbrother before this was invited to the wedding. I mean, he wasn't invited to the parties. I wonder if he was invited to the wedding.
Probably not.
Yeah.
The mother would have invited him
though. Don't worry. You and Debbie can still come.
I bet you he's a mama's boy.
Yeah.
He's totally a mama's boy. Absolutely. Definitely. There's no doubt about it.
Definitely.
No doubt.
And you know the sad thing about it is if the things really go like that, after a while, she's probably just gonna stop inviting her dad to stuff. She's probably gonna have stuff.
Well, not the dad.
Because if the dad comes, she gonna come and she gonna run right over the box and tell the brother to come.
That's a shame because I feel like that's because of this one thing. This may cause a permanent rift in the family.
It absolutely will.
Oh yeah, it will.
It absolutely will. Unless they figure it out, talk it out.
Yeah,
absolutely will. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, all right, you want to move on, Tyra?
Right
Are you confused?
I can't find
She put her phone down somewhere.
You want me to refresh your memory?
No, I'm looking at it now.
Okay.
Oh no, I thought we took that one out.
Well, we did, but I was gonna say if you wanted to talk about Kelly Price.
Oh yeah. We can go ahead. So yesterday there was some posts going around, some news articles going around that this R&B singer Kelly Price was missing. Apparently she was treated in a hospital down south for COVID. What is it? Allegedly, she was treated for COVID. And she left the hospital apparently, or was discharged, and family members didn't think that she should have been discharged. And after that, nobody could find her. Apparently, her boyfriend got in touch with, I guess, her legal team or her representatives or whatever, and said that she was fine. But the sister is going on some blog shows saying that she still hasn't heard from Kelly.
Right.
So he's putting all this out there saying that we know where she is and she's fine. And the sister's like, no, we haven't seen her. We haven't heard from her. We don't know what's going on. So, I mean, people are saying that she's fine, but some people are saying that they still haven't heard from her. So just say a prayer for Kelly. I don't know what's really going on with that.
The story is still developing. When I was online trying to research, like you heard, like, well, at least I've read like different stories. Like Goose thought he heard that she was found, and then I was like, no, according to the lawyer, she's okay, but the family is still saying that they haven't seen her. But so this story is definitely still developing.
Yeah, but I mean, when you use the word missing, it's jarring.
Right.
Like, is she really missing? Like,
they looked her up.
You just don't know where she is.
They looked her up.
Right.
I forgot how they looked her up, and her status was missing. They had her down as a missing person.
Right. And I did read that. Hold on. I saw it. Wait. According to this, we're told Kelly's legal rep reached out to Cobb County, that's in Georgia, police to notify law enforcement Kelly is accounted for, even though she's now listed as a missing person with the National Crime Information Center.
Yeah, so
is this been getting the attention that that Petrino girl is that?
Absolutely not.
No.
How do you make it that far on the missing persons list?
Nah. This is more like a Black Twitter type thing.
Right. Her.
Yeah, I mean, like I got this information from TMZ, and they're pretty reliable because they're owned by attorneys. So
right. By the time you get on that list, people been looking for you and can't find you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Missing persons list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're an adult, because they gotta wait like 72 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
Like they just don't do that. You're missing right away. So she must have been missing for a while before the story even broke.
Yeah.
If she's maybe, I'm praying that she's found and she's fine.
Me too.
Apparently, there's two different stories going on, so we don't know.
One story is that she's fine, another
she's resting somewhere comfortably.
Yeah.
And that was put out by
location.
Her boyfriend?
Yeah, the boyfriend.
And allegedly the boyfriend is even keeping her children from visiting her.
Yep.
And it said that led the family to have cops conduct a welfare check.
And what was
that's not unfathomable, being that she's being treated for COVID.
But why would you leave the hospital?
But why would you leave the hospital? I mean, she was in the ICU at the hospital.
You said they discharged her, right?
From the ICU, you don't go from the ICU to home.
Right.
You go from the ICU to a step down.
I don't know the hierarchy, so you got to school me on that one. But
yeah,
I mean,
so the cops did a welfare check.
She just left.
So she had to sign this up for AMA.
Yeah,
probably. You don't go from the ICU home.
What's the AMA? Just for those people that are watching.
Against medical advice.
Okay. For the people that were watching that didn't know what that meant.
So anyway, our prayers are going out to Kelly Price.
Yeah,
I hope
and the story's still developing, so hopefully she'll be found soon and she'll be okay. Yeah. So
is that the police sirens on you guys' end?
It's on 309.
It's on 309.
Wow. Usually they coming on. I'm looking around like
it might actually be an ambulance.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Could be an accident or something.
Yeah. Yeah, because 309 is like right there. So
right.
All right, so let's move on to what's her name? Onaja. Whoever the heck this woman is. Nicki Minaj's husband.
Nasty Minaj.
First of all, I'm just gonna say
Bunny.
I am Aunt Bunny.
The Nico and Nika.
I'm just gonna say that my son,
whatever her name is,
my son loves Nicki Minaj. Well, he's a 16-year-old boy, so of course he does. He don't know no better.
Most of the fellas
exactly
have a liking for Nicki Minaj.
So apparently back in the day, we won't even get into the whole vaccine thing that she brought up this week.
Yes.
Lord Jesus. So
stop listening to these celebrities.
Nicki Minaj's husband's rape victim speaks out. She was on the TV show The Real. I missed it. I'm going to watch it on YouTube.
Which one is that? Is that the one with Eve on it?
Yeah. No, Eve's not on there.
That's the one with Lonnie Love.
No, Eve was on the talk.
Well, whatever. I can't keep track of.
Whatever. One of them shows.
So this woman is saying that she was raped by Minaj's husband in 1994. So Nicki Minaj was 7? And has detailed efforts by the rapper and her husband to pressure her to recant her allegations. I don't know what the statute limitations are on rape, but apparently when this happened, they were both teenagers.
Oh, I see.
Right. So I'm like, is this coming back up now because he's Nicki Minaj's husband? I mean, he's still a rapist, but at any rate,
but he was a teenager though. Like, did he actually rape rape her or?
Well, I can read to you real quick if you like what I found.
I know. I gotta be careful. But I'm just saying they were both teenagers.
Allegedly, right.
Allegedly.
Okay, so the young what are you saying? Yeah. Okay, so the young lady's name is Jennifer Hough, Hough. She detailed the alleged witness intimidation in a TV interview for The Real, which I've never watched, but it's one of those shows like The Chat, The Chew, The View. And it was reported Wednesday before her introduction. The host said to their audience, which is true, "We believe that all women's voices deserve to be heard."
Absolutely. I believe that. Yes.
So Hough, who's filed a lawsuit against Minaj and Kenneth Petty, that's her husband, alleging that associates of the couple began putting pressure on her and family last March, so March of 2020, right? After Petty was incarcerated in Beverly Hills for failing to register as a sex offender in the assault case. But Tyra, maybe you can answer this. If this happened in 1994, 1995, and he was a child and she was a child, does that still make him have to register as a sex offender?
Depends on the laws, maybe, yeah. That's how, it's so sticky when they kids. You know what I mean? When they're teenagers.
If you keep reading, that was part of his. He pled guilty.
Okay. So Petty was mandated to register as a sex offender in both California and New York after pleading guilty in 1995. Okay. To attempted first-degree rape in Queens, New York. Both Hough and Petty were 16 when she says she was sexually assaulted at knife point in his home. Hough said the pressure to recant has come from associates of Minaj and Petty and has included veiled threats and attempts to pay her for her silence. Wow. What they did to me and my family wasn't okay, Hough said of Minaj and Petty during The Real interview. It wasn't right, and it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter what your status is. You can't intimidate people to make things better for you. Well, the wealthy can, and they do. Representatives for Petty and Minaj did not respond to requests for comments earlier this month. But like it says, Petty pleaded guilty to failing to register as a sex offender and faces up to 10 years in prison. Now, with that being said, there was also talk going around that she brought up that whole her cousin's friend's balls are swollen to take the focus off of this onto that to distract people from her husband being a rapist. Right. So yeah.
Allegedly.
Jimmy Kimmel had a good time.
Well, no, he was found guilty. So he pleaded guilty.
No, he pled guilty or to attempted rape. He's an attempted rapist. Yeah. He's a rapist.
Wow, that's. I mean, he was a teenager. I'm hoping that he never did that again. He learned his lesson.
Yeah.
Didn't he have a baby with an exotic dancer?
I do. I don't know, but I do feel like the timing of all of this is very weird.
Right.
You had all this time before he knew Nicki Minaj to come after him.
Right.
But he did time. He served time and everything, right?
Right.
So why are you coming after him now?
And I'm wondering if
for the intimidation.
Right. The intimidation. And the other thing is like, I mean, I've never been a victim of assault. Thank the Lord. Hope I never am. But it's not like, oh, my cat ran away. Like that's trauma.
Right. It is.
You know what I mean?
Is.
And
absolutely.
And now, I mean, I guess she's trying to protect
her again.
Right, trying to protect her husband. Yeah. But it really has nothing to do with Onaja, whatever the hell her name is. It has nothing to do with her.
But,
well, it does, because if she asks for compensation for her trauma, you know where the money coming from.
She's not asking for. They're trying to pay her off to shut up.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's
and she's telling everybody about so she's not going to get any money.
No.
Wow.
And she shouldn't. So, like I was traumatized by this man, and now he's in the spotlight because of who he's married to. But this is what he did to me. Like, listen, if something like that happened to me,
he pled guilty to it. He admitted.
He served time. He pled guilty to it. Like, I don't think we should tell. I don't think we should tell a rape victim or an attempted rape victim. Right, oh, that was years ago. Forget about it. No, it's not okay.
Right. I agree.
He went about
I was thinking when we first opened up on the story, I was thinking something totally different.
He should have registered and left that girl alone.
She should be able to tell her story. That could be, you know, a part of her healing. They should not be intimidating her. And if she has proof and they did it, take them to court. Because they are traumatizing her all over again.
Does she, and I've never been a rape victim, so don't kill me, everybody. Does she have the right to speak out about it publicly?
Yeah, absolutely, she does. It's her story to tell, and it might be part of her healing.
Exactly.
Because I feel like if he were not married to Nikki, she wouldn't be telling the story on the talk or the chew or whatever.
I don't know if I necessarily believe that, because if I were raped,
they wouldn't care who she was.
Nobody would care. I mean, not nobody would care, but if I were raped by somebody when I was younger and I still see this person, I would warn people, like, listen, don't.
And you would put his name out there and all like that on TV?
He's Joe Schmo. I can't put his name out there, but I'm saying
that's what I'm saying. If he weren't married to Nikki, we wouldn't even be talking about this.
We wouldn't be talking about it, but I'm sure that this happened.
Would we even know about this?
We wouldn't know about it.
This happens in every neighborhood USA.
This is what I'm trying to say.
No, but what he's saying is, would it be such a big story if it
wouldn't be a big story if they weren't trying to intimidate her and blackmail her.
Exactly.
If it was just a regular,
so I think that's what I'm missing. So why are they intimidating and blackmailing her?
Because
they don't want her to tell this. They don't want her to come forward because Nikki doesn't want people knowing that her husband is a rapist.
She was saying she was going to come forward with the story.
So they don't want her touring and stuff.
They don't want her telling the story.
Going on TV.
So she
that's what they don't want.
So that's why they're intimidating her and bribing her or attempting to bribe her to keep quiet. So what you were saying to me was, if it were a nobody and I still see this man walking the street and I see him potentially dating women, I'll be like, yo, sis, watch your back, because
so that makes me wonder. I wonder if, like, they know who the victim is, right? We all know who the victim is now, but
we do now.
They know who the victim is, and she tells her story. I wonder if she was putting his name out there and who he was associated with, and that's why they're doing it. Because a lot of times, you know, a lot of the I probably shouldn't say it like this, but the victims don't usually talk about put the person's name out there. So I'm wondering, because he's married to somebody that's famous, right, you know, and is that why she's coming out and telling the story publicly now?
It's quite possible. It's a famous person. It's quite possible, but I mean,
but she's still her right.
It is her right.
It's her right to tell the story. But would the story be told? Would we know?
No.
We wouldn't
know.
We know who he is.
I doubt it.
No.
If he wasn't married,
people would know. We wouldn't.
People would know.
People would know, but
we wouldn't know, because
that's what I'm saying. Right.
Bob the plumber, who is the rapist.
Like there are people that have been victims of things that have been invited to speak to places.
Queens,
you don't know who
in New York would know.
Right. Yep.
I find that part of it interesting. I didn't realize that she was trying to go out and go on tour or whatever you guys said and tell the story.
Well, I think it kind of broke, like, because he didn't register as a sex offender where he was supposed to. So then he got in California. So then he got into even more trouble because the event happened in New York. He registered there. He moved to California and didn't register in California. So that's how it came out originally.
Gotcha. All right. It's time for the final thought. Final twist. But I'm going to go last. I don't really have a final twist, but I do have to say something. I do have to bring something up, and it might take a couple minutes, so I'm gonna let y'all go first.
Well, Goose, do you have something? Because
I got something.
Okay.
Don't take life too seriously. You will never get out of it alive.
So true.
That is true. You will not.
I got one. I would like for the United States government to treat the Haitian refugees the same way they treated those from Afghanistan.
Honey, did you see the videos?
I saw the videos.
And now they're trying to say they were doctored?
No, they weren't.
They're videos.
They heard, who said that? Fox News?
What they?
Yeah, probably.
What, they doctored in a horse?
Yeah.
They doctored in the horse, the reins, all that. I would just like because it's not like it's nothing going on in Haiti. They've had the hurricane. Their president has been murdered. God only knows what's going on over there. They're fleeing violence.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Afghanistan. So why are they being treated so different?
Well, we know why. Because had they been refugees from Norway, they'd have been welcomed with open arms.
With open arms, right? Maybe because they consider Haiti one of our former president's S-hole countries.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And it wouldn't be if France.
Then it froze up on us.
It'd be just fine if France hadn't raped them.
Yep.
So
that's all I'm saying.
Terry, you got a final thought?
22 billion, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. Give me your tired and your poor.
All right, we gotta move forward.
My final thought is the secret of a happy marriage remains a secret.
Yeah.
Okay. Right on. My final thought is actually not a final thought. It's an apology. I need to apologize to Jay Hussein from the Real Gods. He was supposed to be on with us last week, but we weren't on. And then this week we had a scheduling conflict, so we couldn't have him on this week either. But I will put out the poll and you can go to Real Guys at REELGODS on Instagram and go vote in the poll. And you can go back to our segment on Facebook, and I actually put the segment on Facebook again so y'all can see his weekend suggestions as well as what the poll is, so you can vote on it. But and he explains all the rundown of the awards and all like that. But the competition this time is Keanu Reeves versus Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
Keanu Reeves. No, Tom Cruise.
Keanu Reeves and Tom.
That
Cruise.
Little man.
Keanu Reeves.
Oh, I'm definitely going on the Jay's page. Totally Keanu.
Keanu Reeves all day. Bill and Ted, definitely.
What you think?
Matrix.
That's a hard one for me because Tom Cruise got a lot of awards under his belt.
Tom Cruise
got some good movies.
He does, and he got movies that I truly enjoy.
But I think like
my knee jerk.
Keanu
Reeves.
Yeah.
I don't understand. What else is he famous for besides The Matrix?
John Wick, Bill and Ted, Speed.
Yeah, I forgot about
that.
Okay.
Wasn't he
Constantine?
Constantine. And from what people say, he lives in New York. He's a regular fella. He rides the subway. He seems like a decent guy. From what I've heard over the years about Tom Cruise, allegedly, he's a diva. And he's not very nice.
Keanu Reeves. That's right. I forgot.
And he's in a cult. He's in a cult.
Yep.
I mean,
Keanu Reeves for the win.
Yeah. Totally.
We're gonna leave it at that. Go ahead to Real Guys at REELGODS and vote on the poll. And we're going to get up out of here because it's time for us to roll. We appreciate y'all for hanging with us tonight. And I hope y'all check us out next week, every Sunday, 7:00, right here on the New Twist Radio YouTube channel. So for Tara, Tyra Goose, and myself, we'll talk to y'all next week. We out of here.
Have a good one.
And I'm going to say peace.
Peace.